Was guys, I'm back in our video today. Okay, folks. So I'm back in our video today, obviously. So right now, I'm going to be doing another album review for some metal music and stuff. Like just one, folks. So the band I got here, like the band I'm gonna be reviewing today, is some Chuck Schuldiner band, also known as Death, obviously. And the album I got here is of the debut album Scream Bloody Gore and stuff. Like just one, folks. This just great. So obviously with this debut album Scream Bloody Gore. This album was released. What I'm reading here. This album was released May 25th of 1987 and stuff like just one, folks. So basically, this album turned 36 years old this past May 25th. Basically, like just one, folks, and this album obviously played a big part in like death metal, obviously, and stuff. And like, if you guys know, like, there's a big debate in like for like first death metal album with this album and another band called Possessed with their debut album Seven Churches. Like, there's obviously like this big debate on like first death metal album and stuff, which I might save that for another video. Like just one, folks. This just great. This just great. Okay, folks. So, from what I'm looking at here, there are only two main guys that are credited for this album in terms of like instruments and all of that stuff. Like, there's obviously Chuck Schuldiner on vocals and guitar, but I'm also reading here he also did the bass. So like, one, folks, and what I'm looking at, the drummer on this album is Chris Reifert or something. Like just one, folks. And what I'm also looking at here is I'm looking on the Wikipedia page for this album in terms of band members. It also said there was another guy named John Hand, and it's saying here he was credited on the album as rhythm guitar, but did not perform on album or during any live performances. Like that's what I'm looking at here. Like just one, folks. This just great. Okay, folks. So I'm looking at the track list here, and it's looking like, from what I'm looking at here, there's a total of 10 tracks on the album, or like 10 songs or whatever, and stuff, and one, folks. Like, that's what I'm looking at here, like, just one, folks. So now it's time for my thoughts on album and stuff. So, like you guys obviously heard me read earlier, this is obviously a legendary album, and just like to me, this is just a legendary metal album. Like just one, folks, and so now it's time. I'm gonna talk about the music style and what I noticed and stuff. So what I noticed in terms of like the majority, in terms of like, I'm gonna say basically all the songs songs, because this is what I noticed. Like, there were a lot of fast playing. Like, there's a lot of fast playing in terms of the songs and stuff. Like there's a lot of fast playing, and there's also what I'm gonna call the mid tempo parts to like break up the fast playing and stuff. Like just wine folks, and it's just like wine folks, and to me, this album is like I don't want to say it's like thrash metal style riffs because they're obviously like this is obviously not thrash metal album obviously, but like it's got like the thrash metal sound to it, but like it's more heavier and just like it's more heavier and more on the death metal side. I want to say like just wine folks. Now obviously thrash metal helped play a big part with like death metal and even black metal too. Like just one folks. Like that's one thing I noticed on the music style side. Like lots of fast playing in terms of like the guitars and drumming and just everything. And there's also a good amount of mid tempo parts to break up the fast playing and stuff. Like just one folks. And in terms of Chuck's vocals on this album, I mean like he was like he wasn't that old on this album, obviously, and like from what I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, this album was recorded November of 1986, so Chuck was basically 18 years old when this album was recorded, and wow, folks. I mean, like, I didn't mind the vocals on this album. Like, I didn't mind, but, like, wow, folks. Like, I definitely prefer Chuck's vocals on the earlier albums than on the later ones. Like, just, wow, folks. And in terms of the lyrical content, to me, it's just, like, usual death metal stuff, I guess. Like, just one folks. And overall, some of my favorite tracks on the album are Zombie Ritual, Scream Bloody Gore, the song, and Evil Dead and stuff. But overall, the album is great from start to finish. So right now is basically what I'm going to be ending today's video off. Like, I don't want to go any further with today's video. Like, I simply don't. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out, everybody.